Coming to get you, Bobber.
Jack Frost is the 1997 horror movie directed by Michael Cooney, and it stars Scott McDonald, Christopher Allport and Stephen Mendel. Hi guys, my name's Barry and welcome back to my channel, and we're going to be continuing on the Christmas theme horror movies, and again this is going to be a spoiler review. A serial killer is genetically mutated in a car wreck on the way to his execution, after which he becomes a murdering snowman hell-bent on revenge for the sheriff who caught him. Now obviously you've heard the synopsis of this film. I think you have to leave your brain at the door. You have to suspend disbelief for this type of movie. It's basically about a convicted serial killer who turns into a snowman and starts killing people on Christmas. The movie came out in 1997, but when I watched it straight from the beginning I was thinking, this looks like an older movie than 1997. No, I've seen movies from 97 and it doesn't look anything like a movie that was filmed around 1997, so I've done a little digging and there was claims that this film was actually filmed in either 1993 or 1994, which makes sense. However, the reason for that is they had to stop production because they ran out of money and they had nobody to finance the rest of the movie, and then they picked it up again in 96, 97. But the makers of the film then denied that. They said, no, we filmed it in 1996 and it came out in 1997. So I don't know what to believe, but at the same time when I look at it, it doesn't look like a movie that was filmed around 96, 97. It did feel like a movie that was filmed in the early 90s because it was pretty dated by the time it came out. And even though it did look really old by the time it came out, it had this nice blue hue to it. Obviously they had this blue light on almost every scene and it was very cheaply made, but at the same time when you see the blue light mixed in with the fake snow, because they had to use fake snow, they didn't have any real snow, it did look very Christmassy and I liked the aesthetic to it, and that added to the theme of the movie.
Do you believe that? It couldn't have been a fight. Billy is 2 feet taller than Ryan.
I was surprised to see that there was some dry humour used throughout the film, and they used it quite a lot, and that was surprising to me because the story was terrible, of course, but the dialogue was not bad. The actors who had to read from a weird script, I think the dialogue was pretty tight, and I think the actors done a really good job. And then when you mix in that dry humour...
You don't reckon we should leave her up for the 12 days of Christmas then?
It's something that actually made me chuckle a few times.
What the hell's eating him? I bet you it ain't his girlfriend.
Here's something crazy that I found out. Now this movie was very cheap. You can tell it was a cheap production and it was cheaply made, even though it was actually not too bad. But I heard that Rennie Harlin, another bad director, wanted $30 million to make this movie. So they actually had it in mind to make this movie with this script with $30 million. I would have no idea what would have happened if he got the money to do that. But you can tell this movie didn't even cost $3 million, never mind $30 million. But I found that pretty funny. As you can tell, the movie was batshit crazy all the way through it from beginning to end. But I think that's what adds to the charm for this film. No, it's not a good movie whatsoever, but I was hooked from beginning to the end, and I think it's all down to that crazy storyline. When we look at the kills, a lot of the kills, if not all of the kills, were very corny and really cheaply made and quite comical at times as well, but at the same time they were all creative. I didn't get scared, there was no jump scenes or anything like that, but I think the kills were very creative, and you knew that when the snowman, most of the time when the snowman came to kill someone, he would do his job. But on the flip side of that, when you see the snowman, he wasn't scary at all. There was quite a cool idea in the film where he can turn himself into water and then reappear as a snowman again, so that helps him get through doors, etc. So there's nowhere he can't go unless it's hot. So that was good, but when he became the snowman, you look at him and think, you look too fluffy to be scary. I think he was scarier as a human being before he died and became the snowman. But at the same time, the character who played him was pretty good. Overall guys, this is not a good movie. I think if you're wanting to see a Christmas horror movie and just have a laugh, I think you might enjoy Jack Frost, because I do. If you want a serious Christmas horror movie, then avoid this movie like the plague, because you're probably going to hate it with a passion. But for me, I don't like the film, but I always go back to it every year because I do enjoy it. There's one of these movies where they're so bad it's good, and Jack Frost is in that category. It is so bad that it's good, and I find myself going back to it time and time again. If you've seen Jack Frost guys, I'd love to hear your comments down below, because I know it's going to be a funny topic, and I do know there is a Jack Frost 2. For some strange reason I've never seen that movie, but if you've seen Jack Frost or the sequel, leave your comments down below and let me know what you thought of it. And as always guys, thanks a lot for watching, thanks for subscribing, I'll see you soon. Bye bye.